Hey y'all, thanks for watching again. Welcome back. If you're new here, just come on in the room. We about to talk about purpose today. I really wanted to talk about this because I've been doing a lot of life, a lot of life changes are happening. And I just really wanted to really share some of the experiences that I'm having, particularly as it pertains to my purpose and the shift that I'm going through right now. So a lot of us think about our purpose, particularly when we get in those 20s and those late 20s especially. We really start to think about like where our life is going, if what we're doing is what we're meant to be doing, and we get a little shaky about that. And I just kind of wanted to just offer some insight. I know a lot of people advise us to think about like what we would do for free. I particularly don't like that because I don't want to think about what I would be doing for free. I'm trying to attract abundance in my life. I don't want to be thinking about, my ancestors worked for free for 400 years. I myself have worked for free, and not to discredit that those opportunities weren't fulfilling or rewarding in the work that I was doing, but I'm not trying to do anything for free. No, thank you. Save that for the privileged people who have the opportunity to do things for free because, their parents or whatever, they have a foundation or support system to do that. I can't work for free. Sorry. So that, I don't like that. I like to focus really on, what my inner child needs are, and who I am as a person, and not just like aimlessly, just being more intentional and not aimlessly just attaching myself to things just because people say like this is the way that you're supposed to do it, this is the way that you're supposed to go. Like you really have to navigate your own path, and that's something that your inner child will help you do. Your inner child will guide you. One thing in particular that's amazing about children is that they don't give a fuck about what people think. They just children. They like having fun and doing what they want to do. Like they're not thinking about like, oh, what so and so is gonna say or what people are gonna think. Like no, they do what they want to do, and I make sure that I try to embody, that energy. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing my makeup, but I got too excited about what we talking about. But yeah, so um, so you really just be thinking about that, be thinking about your inner child, and and be intentional about where it is that you're going and who you are, and not necessarily who you want to be, but be thinking about who you are, because sometimes who we want to be isn't who we are. Like we want to be one thing, but that might not be aligned with who we are and who God created us to be. So you have to really make sure that like, are you chasing who you are, who you were created to be, or are you chasing who you want to be? And one thing you'll realize is that who you are is who you want to be. Like, but you just might not know it yet. And also understanding that like where you are now is just a position. If you're working a job, work that job. That's where you're supposed to be right now because that's where you are. But it doesn't necessarily have to be your purpose. You don't have to make it your purpose. It's just a position. The purpose of these positions are to just allow me to, pick up the skills and, make the connections and meet people along the way, towards, living, my ideal life, that I visualize. And so I think that that's the approach that, you should, at least that's the perspective that you should take, and that you should adopt when like looking at these different, positions that you have, and not really focusing on like whether, it's it not being your purpose. So, and allow it to happen, organically, but definitely be intentional about like, you know, what it is that you desire and what your inner child needs are. You know, and being as vulnerable as possible throughout the process. You know, even when you think about being a child, you know, when children are learning how to walk and stuff, like, they fall down all those times, you know, and they continuously get back up. You might even witness, you know, some children get frustrated and cry, but like they still get back up and they walk because they don't have those, like, I don't know, like those inhibitions that like we have been conditioned to learn. Like, children are fearless. I want to embody that. I am a servant. That is my purpose. And that is very like broad, because I know like a lot of people like, oh, I want to help people. I want to help people. We're all here to help people. And see, like, now the sun is like right in my face. But like, we're all here. I don't even know how to like get rid of that, so y'all just kind of see it. We're all here to help people. And so I think we just have to like hone in on that and really dig deep and figure out like, well, what kind of help am I offering? And I think the positions that we are in throughout life is guiding us toward that. And even though like I went to, you know, I got these degrees and all this stuff, and none of it really aligned with who I was as a person, I did gain some valuable skills and knowledge that I'm going to be able to put together and offer something to the people that is aligned with who I am. And so I'm very, very excited about it. Coming up, I mean, everything's all in the works, which is really crazy that I'm trying to like launch 2 different brands at a time, but they're all aligned with who I am and my personal brand, which is very key. And I will get into that whenever I do start that phase, where I'm going to be looking into offering services to people, particularly creatives and other entrepreneurs. I'm going to leave all of the links in the description box to like both my personal and professional brands, just so that y'all can take a look, see how you know, see how you're feeling about it and stuff. Definitely, you know, visit my business. It's called Consciously Collections. Sign up for the email listing because I am doing a giveaway next month when I launch. So, okay, back to what I'm saying. I'm off task. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and I'm ready to introduce that to y'all. But really figure out what your purpose is, you know, and the path, your path won't look like everyone's path. Like, it just won't. It won't. And I think the sooner I accepted that, I was better off, you know, emotionally when it came to like my life and stuff. So I will leave y'all with one thing that I found to be helpful, better than the what would you do for free question. You should really answer, if you were told that you had 1 year to live, what would you do at that time? You know, like, what would you do? And not to say like, I don't think anybody would go and just be like, I don't know, because that makes me think about Chadwick Boseman. And I usually don't cry and stuff when people die, but I was really tore up about that. And I think it was because it really, wherever his MySpace was at, I feel like I resonated with it, even though none of us know what his MySpace was. But he had to really been thinking about life, his life purpose at that time, because, you know, being diagnosed with, you know, receiving his diagnosis and knowing that he was gonna die soon, he continued to act. He continued to like do movies and do these roles and stuff, and that really let me know like he must have really loved acting. Like, that really must have been, not even must have been, that was his purpose. Like, I really think specifically the role of Black Panther, like that literally probably what he was brought on earth to do, is to be the role of Black Panther, and maybe all these other, you know, significant people that he played. But it was just like, he did something. Like, when that year that Black Panther came out, like, there was definitely a shift in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? When that definitely, that gave us something invaluable. And he did that shit regardless of his diagnosis, you know. And that just lets me know that, like, whatever it is that you would do before you died is aligned with who you are and what you're supposed to be doing, like, period. So let that be a lesson to us all. You know, if you knew that you were going to die, what would you do at that time? What would you do at that time? So thank you for watching. Continue to float. I love y'all. Peace.